This is the top 1% sales secrets that makes premium clients close themselves. If you want more high-ticket clients, respect on sales calls, and honestly, just to be taken more seriously, your sales behavior matters way more than your logo, your brand, or your Instagram bio. I spent the last few years mastering the art of high-ticket sales, and here's what I learned after taking thousands of sales calls myself. If you have a low close rate, it's not that you suck at sales or you don't have it within you. It's that you're doing a few specific things that are subconsciously sabotaging your closing rate. So in this video, I'm going to teach you the 5 sales secrets that are tanking your closing rate and exactly what you should do instead so you can raise your price, close confidently, and get way more customers for your high-ticket business. So if you're saying things like, I help people lose weight or I help people grow their business, you're forcing people to compare your offer with everybody else's in the market. And the reason being is because you're not specific enough. You see, back in 2021, I was also selling my program for $1,500 for 6 months. And my pitch was basically, I'll help you manifest anything you want in any time you want. Now that was good for a few buyers here and there, but it was no way gonna help me grow my business to multiple 6 figures or even 7 figures, which is where it's at now. You see, I tightened my promise to a specific avatar in a specific time frame with one specific outcome. I also went up market and I stopped speaking to everybody and I niched down specifically to content creators. So I changed my transformation statement to I help creators hit their first 10K month using their personal transformation story with my simple manifestation in business method that combines mindset, strategy, and sales. So you see, I niched down, I went up market, and I made a way more tangible outcome. And this is why tip number 1 is that you have to stop selling like a generalist and you have to start selling like a specialist. You see, when you're a generalist, people are gonna say, well, what's included for $1,500? But when you're a specialist, people are gonna see you as an investment, not an expense, like something on their credit card bill. So what I want you to do is I want you to rewrite your one promise transformation statement. You're gonna say, I help specific person achieve specific outcome in specific time frame without effort, pain, or sacrifice that they're probably doing right now. Memorize it, practice it in the mirror, and say it on every call until it rolls off the tongue. Now, even though we're talking about little tangible lines that are gonna help you in your sales conversations, what matters way more than your script is this one thing. And what matters more is who you sell to versus what specifically you're saying. So for example, one of my clients, Aaliyah, used to sell low-ticket products, $47 to help realtors get leads on Instagram. And what she realized was that it was pretty hard to scale that model because it requires a lot of traffic on a low conversion rate. So what we did was we created one signature high-ticket done-with-you offer, and she stopped chasing anybody who wants to learn and really niche down and focus on the one person that could get the absolute best result with her. And Aaliyah's result was that she made over $40,000 in 90 days. You see, low intent buyers are gonna drag out their decision making. They're gonna have to scrap their coins together to make this work, versus when you sell to more premium high ticket people, they're gonna start asking you, how is this gonna work for me? Versus, can I get this cheaper? So to put this simply, secret number 2 is you have to stop trying to convince low intent people to buy your high ticket product. So what I want you to do right now to put this sales secret into practice is I want you to update your application and add a minimum requirement. For example, you can say this is for online coaches and niche experts that are already making at least 3 to 5K a month and want to scale to 10 to 25K a month. See, if they're not there yet and they can't answer that question, good, just send them some free material and move on. And this is why most coaches don't have a pricing problem as much as they have a feelings problem. They discount their prices to avoid hearing no. Even though fewer clients at a higher price usually means a lot more for their business than what they're trying to do now. I used to do the same way. I used to cave the second that I was feeling tension. I'd say the investment, I'd hear a pause, and I would instantly jump with, but I could give you a discount, or I could do it for less. My revenue was capped, so what I did was I changed my model, I raised my price, and I was actually able to earn more while working less. So if you keep your prices low, it might be good for your ego or your emotions or your feelings, But the problem is you're training your audience and your business to attract lower level, lower intent leads when you need to actually go up market and be the most expensive option. So secret number 3 is to stop lowering your price the minute you feel discomfort. And how you're gonna put this into practice is the next time you pitch, just be super quiet after you say the price. This is the best principle you can have in sales. Count to 10 in your head and then allow them to respond like an adult. You see, the next secret is so important because I see a lot of online coaches and content creators fall into this bucket where they're teaching on a sales call, which feels helpful in the moment, but it's actually crushing your ability to close them at the end of the sales call. So what you need to do instead is you need to actually diagnose and prescribe them. Let me explain. April, one of my clients, used to run 90-minute live webinars for 7 years in a row. She'd teach everything and then she'd throw in a $1,200 offer at the end. And sure, people bought it, but her income was capped. She made about $20 to $30K a month inconsistently, but then she switched to a proper high-ticket sales process where she's able to sell evergreen consistently, and she would go from diagnosis to prescription call and raised her price to a $4,800 done with you program. She crossed her first $1 million year and literally 8x'd her business. You see, if they feel like they got the solution for free, why should they pay you? Which is why secret number 4 is to stop over teaching and instead diagnose and prescribe using the doctor frame. Structure every call like this. First, where are you now? Then, where do you want to be in 12 months? And finally, what's holding you back from getting there on your own? Then you can actually go into a proper prescription where you tell them the real problem you see, but they don't yet. Which leads me to the next principle, which a lot of people underestimate, so you're gonna wanna make sure you listen up for this one. And it's that repetition on one script beats winging it every single time. The top 1% sound natural because they've said the same lines hundreds of times, not because they're born salespeople or closers. The sales script that made me over $3.5 million is definitely not magic. I just committed to one framework, I mastered it, and now it's to a point where it actually feels conversational and less transactional. And that's what my clients install. One premium high-ticket sales script that they could repeat over and over again and just make tiny tweaks to over time. You see, if every call is a freestyle TED Talk, you're not gonna know where you need to improve. When you use one script, you can change just one line and see if your close rate moves. Think about it, the best movies are scripted even though they feel super natural to watch. So the next sales secret is to stop winging your sales script. So what I want you to do right now is to pick one script, ideally with the outline I shared with you before. Intro, diagnosis, bridge the gap, and prescribe the solution. Run that exact flow for the next 20 calls, then you can refine and adjust from there. Listen, you don't need to become a sleazy closer to sell high ticket. That's one of the biggest misunderstandings in the industry. But you do need to stop doing these handful of things that repel serious high ticket premium buyers. If you're already at 3 to 8K a month and you want to scale your business to well over multiple 6 figures per year as a content creator, online coach, or even niche expert that wants to build their first online program, go ahead and check out the video that I have in the description because I'm going to show you the exact content to client system you can use to grow your brand organically while scaling your online course or education business while creating content in less than 2 hours per week. So make sure you check out that link in the description, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.